Welcome back to Blockbuster Banter, the critically acclaimed talk show host starring myself, Anubis McGardner, and our co-host
Tyler Garv McGonna. What the fuck was that? I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I regret that. I was doing a little Gangnam Style that whole time too.
Today
One of these days we'll have like a camera record us and you'll see all the weird fucking movements I do.
Absolutely. Once we get up there with like the big guys like Dr. Strange. Oops. What's his name? Dr. Disrespect. I don't know. Popular streamers, people.
Keemstar. Is he popular still?
I don't even know who that is.
I
sure.
think Dr. Disrespect got straight up banned, so I don't know if he counts as popular anymore. I feel like he's infamous now.
Backsies.
I might be wrong about that because I don't care about Dr. Disrespect.
Literally.
So
today we'll be talking about Interstellar. Week 2. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
True art.
When I saw it back in 2014, it started my list of favorite movies because before I would just watch stuff and be like, yeah, anyway. But ever since then, I've been dick writing and glazing Interstellar since the day I saw it. So
as you should. I'm about to dick ride and glaze Interstellar for an hour and a half.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Roughly, I don't know. However long this goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really I'm not expecting or hoping for you to take charge. I'm sure you'll have stuff that'll inspire me, but I've seen it so much, and I've talked my head off about it. So
no, that's fair. So. I mean, you've been following the movie for 10 years. I've been following the movie for, I'm going to say 10 hours, but it's been 3 days. Yeah. I'm going to pretend it's been 10 hours. It's still kind of fresh in my head. I did not make a talking points like I said I was going to, because yesterday was a very busy day and I got home at 4 a.m.
Holy shit.
That's not true. I got home at 3 a.m, played Destiny, and then went to bed at 4 a.m. Same thing.
Fair enough. You're just like Cooper for real. A spoiler warning, obviously, duh. In case, like, I don't know how we wouldn't spoil it.
Here's our actual spoiler warning. With the Inside Out one, we did a spoiler warning like halfway through it. Yeah. And we had already talked our head off about 1 and 2.
And Riley's first date.
That's true.
Don't forget.
True. So that's the official spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the 10-year-old masterpiece of a film, well, I can't blame you because I went 10 years without seeing it. But Anubis can rip your head off.
Yeah.
Or something.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So, I mean, what was your favorite part? Let's start with that. I feel like I get the ball rolling. Part cohesively. Could be soundtrack, could be
so
imagery.
Much. Okay, favorite part. I like how science fiction he got with the Tesseract and the black hole sequence.
Yes.
And Tar's surviving, period. Tar's deserved to live. But that was easily my favorite part. The soundtrack, the emotion in that scene.
Oh shit, yeah. I honestly,
when he's like pounding, I feel like everyone's had that moment where they think back to a past like experience and they're all like, no, don't do it. But like, bro lived it. Bro lived seeing his past self walk away and make the biggest mistake of his life.
I like that Nolan didn't try to go too crazy on time travel theory and all this bullshit, since, I don't know, I feel like he definitely would have had the opportunity to be like, well, Cooper's in that moment in time in the future, but now it's the future, so then how do we express, he didn't go through any of that bullshit. He was just it's just him. It's him with the Tesseract. And
I agree.
I forgot how hard he screamed.
Yeah.
Honestly.
All of this screaming was so raw, like you can hear the mic cracking.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved how raw it was. I love how they didn't, I guess just the sound in general in the movie, like from the soundtrack to all the sound design, and especially with how the microphones picked up the actors. Like I said, when Cooper is screaming, like you can hear the mic cracking, and like they didn't try to edit that in post. They didn't try to make it quieter at all. Like it was just pure raw screaming, and I can imagine what that was like in a theater back in 2014.
Fucking IMAX.
I think. With IMAX, I would probably like be blowing your ears out.
I wonder, fun fact, I don't know if that was intentional, but if it was, I'm wondering if that was Matthew McConaughey, because I've heard he is A, notoriously hard to work with, and B, was even annoying, like on set for Interstellar.
Really?
Like at one point, Nolan wanted a wide shot. I'm taking this directly from the TMG podcast. This is where I heard it from. But like Nolan wanted a widescreen version of like some shot, and then Matthew McConaughey just hands Christopher Nolan a piece of paper that says "CU" on it. That apparently stands for close up.
What?
He was telling the director how to direct. So I wonder.
Okay,
I think it'd be funny if he was like, "No, we gotta hear the crack.
Yeah,
You gotta hear me scream."
If that is the case, I think that's a right call from Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
If that is possibly true.
He also didn't believe in second takes for the emotional moments, like when he was crying after getting back from Miller's Planet.
I can see that. I think it
that
depends.
I agree with.
That, yeah, I mean,
because then otherwise, if you do it again, then like how are you gonna recreate that raw emotion and the sobbing?
what if you failed the first time?
He laughs in the middle of it.
Yeah. Well, to take an example from Star Wars Episode 3, like there's supposed to be this emotional beat of Obi-Wan telling Padme, like he goes all like, "I saw him in the temple killing younglings," and he has to cover his mouth. And the reason Ewan McGregor covers his mouth is because it's supposed to be an emotional moment. Like, he's talking about killing kids, and Ewan McGregor could deliver the line like it's a tragedy, and like Natalie Portman can react because it's awful that Anakin just went around and murdered children. Ewan McGregor was notorious for laughing and smiling while saying that line. So that's why they have him cover his mouth. Because underneath his mouth, he's sitting there like this, gritting his fucking mouth. He's
about
like,
killing kids?
Killing children. Like, and I'm like, what the...
Dude.
Right? So I feel like sometimes an emotional moment needs a second or third take. In very rare instances of you're gonna grin the whole fucking time that you're talking about murdering children.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
yeah, but for the most part, I think if there was a second take done with like, with the stuff with, Cooper getting back from Miller's Planet and then the screaming and the Tesseract, definitely would not have been as good. I like that knowing that was the first take is very satisfying to me.
Dude, I'm glad it broke you because it broke me.
I mean, it broke me, 3 times?
Oh yeah, that same scene.
Yeah, that same scene because I was recovering and I was all like, no, it broke me twice in the scene and then I cried again at the end in the Tesseract.
Oh, that's right.
Because it broke me while I was talking to the sun, and then it broke me again when MURPH came on.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, I'm fine. And then MURPH came on, and I'm like, I'm not fine. I'm not fine. This is not okay. And then I cried again during the Tesseract scene with him just like pounding, like I don't even know what to say, like pounding on the boat's bar, like no,
let me leave her.
Don't go.
Oh yeah. I love how, because you had mentioned that at one point in your initial thoughts during the movie, you were like, "Oh, that's going to be Cooper. He's going to come back." And then you threw that away.
I didn't say it. I thought it held no merit when MURPH was originally talking about the ghost at the beginning of the movie. Mm-hmm. I didn't think it held any merit. I thought I was just spitballing, like when I said, Cooper's gonna come back and she's gonna be like in her 50s or 60s, which granted I was technically wrong about. He came back and she was on her fucking
old as
deathbed.
fuck.
Yeah. I thought it was so funny that you had the whole Cooper clan there and don't know any of them. Don't know any of them bitches.
Oh, that's true. I feel like maybe because nobody really even said anything. They all just kind of looked at me like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, they're all like, "Who's this? The guy?"
Yeah.
It took me a while to realize that Cooper was the last name, not the first name.
You know what's his first name? Joseph? Joey?
J something, if I recall correctly. Yeah. They just called him Cooper the whole movie.
Yeah.
So I didn't...
Damn.
Yeah.
Murphy Cooper? Poor girl.
Yeah.
What a name.
And I kind of forgot that Cooper was his last name. So when they said Cooper Station wasn't named after him, I was like, who the hell else would it be named after? I'm like, his name is Cooper. Like, yes. Cooper J. George, the guy who pioneered Saturn. And I forgot that was the last name. But then they were like, no, it was your daughter. I was like, oh yeah, duh, her name is Murphy Cooper.
Yeah.
That was a weird side tangent. I don't know why I went on that.
Let's see.
But yeah, no, like I know I was just back to like what I was saying about spitballing. Like I was just like throwing things at a wall to be a little funny while we were watching. So in the thought of, oh, the ghost is Cooper, I only had that because the message was stay, and I was all like, who would be telling Cooper to stay except for Cooper in the future? And I'm all like, this movie isn't gonna go there. Then the movie went there, and I was all like, called it. I really liked that the movie went there, though.
Do you think in the misdirection, or at least in the point where you got rid of that thought, how do you, like, what made you determine that? What brought you away from that?
I genuinely didn't think the movie would go there.
Oh, okay. You just thought that was, like, too easy or something?
Yeah, pretty much. I was all like, obviously they're going to explain who said stay and how the message was left with the books and the Morse code.
Yeah.
But I was all like, it's too easy to just say, oh, it's future Cooper. And I was all like, I don't even know how the movie would get here.
Good point. Yeah.
So
honestly,
I was just all like, I don't think it's gonna go there because I don't see how it could possibly go there, and I didn't think that Nolan, in his genius mind, would think, we don't know what happens when you go in a black hole, so I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part. I love how, like, I mean, yeah, back when I was really into this movie and researching it, I love how, like, a lot of the black hole scenes, or I can't remember exactly, but as a cohesive piece, I remember that all the black hole scenes took, like, over 1,000 hours to render.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Which is fucking insane.
That is ridiculous. The amount of special effects that went into Gargantua that's crazy. No, that's insane. I love knowing that.
And yeah, he got, like, actual scientific help. They actually got, like...
That was before the first official image of a black hole, too.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And that was, like, a pretty... Like, people had that movie, and then we got the black hole image, and people were like, well, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. It was very accurate. Scarily accurate, because I remember that image. And I'm like... And I was just all like, damn, that's a cool image.
Yeah.
And then when I saw this movie, I was genuinely surprised when the black hole showed up, because I was just like, this is scarily accurate for a movie that came out long before the first images
fucking
came
years
out.
ago. And I just love, like, visually and audibly, I feel like most movies, I think, don't have, I guess, to categorize into three, if we'll do three, where it's, like, story driven by the actors, visuals, and audio. Like, rewatching this again for maybe now the 5th time, I think, I've noticed things that I've never noticed before and, like, really appreciated, such as with the black hole, and we see Miller's planet right next to the black hole.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's fucking tiny, and this thing is absolutely gargantuan.
Yeah.
And, like, I love the whole perspectiveness and time shifting of space, because I love astrophysics and astronomy and all that stuff.
I fucked with the time shifting.
Relativity, all these mentions. See,
I like how barely an hour has passed on Miller's planet since the movie came out.
Dude, maybe even a minute. Since the movie came out.
I feel like there's a website.
Yeah, 10 years is about an hour on Miller's planet. An hour something.
No, it said 1 year is every 7 years. So it's been like an hour and 20-something minutes.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
7 years, because we're almost to the halfway mark at 3.5 years.
Fucking Anne Hathaway's character, I forget her.
Brand. I mean, yeah. I know Dr. Brand, Professor Brand. I don't know their first names.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
when Dr. Brand, when she had that realization that Miller had probably died like a minute ago,
yeah.
That shit was like, oh, I didn't catch that the first time either. And I was like, holy fuck, she's right.
Yeah. Like, Miller fucking lands and
gets clobbered.
Yeah.
By those
waves were terrifying. Like, holy crap.
It's one of my... I think the soundtrack, that part is called Waves, too.
Really? As it should be.
Oh, and
But I really fuck with all of the sci-fi that Nolan decided to do. It's so unique. As a huge Star Wars fan and Doctor Who fan and Dune fan, I appreciate all aspects of sci-fi.
Absolutely.
Well, my favorite... If Star Wars The Force Awakens didn't come out the same year, my favorite movie of 2017 would have been The Martian.
Oh my god. Matt Damon yet again.
Matt Damon yet again.
Getting stuck in fucking space.
Bro, when Matt Damon showed up in Interstellar, since I didn't know he was in the movie, that was like a pleasant surprise, because I really like Matt Damon. the line delivery of "Those are the best odds I've had in years."
Yeah, and then
That was so funny and so good.
It was the man who's like just absolutely lost every single marble that he could have possibly had.
Right. I really appreciate Dr. Mann's character, and Matt Damon just killed that. But
And
like as a sci-fi enjoyer, just in general, that was like probably some of the best sci-fi I've ever seen.
Interstellar or The Martian?
Interstellar.
Well, both.
Yeah, but realistic sci-fi is also like under. That's what I meant with The Martian.
I told you this before, but when I watched Oppenheimer for the first time, after having watched Interstellar, I expected a little more of the actual science part of the science fiction. So I've since learned to appreciate Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer's not science fiction.
No, I know. I've since learned to appreciate what that movie is about, but that's also what I really like about Interstellar. Is that's like it has the science embedded within the fiction.
Yeah,
it's like graspable, and it's like buzzwords, relativity.
It said a lot of words that I will not pretend to understand.
Yeah, which I loved. And I appreciate so much that he worked with like actual physicists and other people.
I agree.
I think that's
it. I think making it more realistic, even though I'm not smart enough to understand all of those words, made it a lot more enjoyable. There's something like about knowing that in the background of the movie, it's all like real, like maybe not real, but like scientific basis for it to possibly be real somewhere out there in the vast universe that is very big.
Yeah, you can be like seen in Interstellar. Can that really happen? Probably.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Giant waves and a time shift on a planet. Who knows? It could be out there.
Cryogenic
somewhere.
Stasis. We'll probably perfect that whenever the fuck.
I need a TARS or a case in my life.
Dude, so true. Smash.
Yeah, smash indeed.
Oh wait, we could end every episode
we could do
with the Smash or Pass.
Are we just gonna do that every week now?
That's a great
I feel
idea.
like we have to now.
Do that.
We started it with Inside Out, so
I would love a TARS.
With that, you have to say cohesive piece every week too, because you said that in Inside Out too.
Okay.
So you have to say that every week, and we have to end on a Smash or Pass.
Okay.
And I'll just forget the fucking name of the podcast every time. I know it's Blockbuster Banter.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pretend that I forgot when I do. But spoilers. Time shift. I just tesseracted.
I really like what they did with the Tesseract because I remember
that was fun.
Going into a black hole, there's literally the possibilities are quite genuinely fucking endless at this point since we have no idea what happens in it. Other than spaghettification around the event horizon. But after that, I love that Nolan was probably like shooting the shit and being like, no, fuck it.
I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's just all like, I can have fun with this. We don't know what happens. This could be what happens.
And this is what I want it to be.
Yeah. So, Tesseract, all the time and space at his fingertips.
And I really like, because there's so much dimension talk and shit in general relativity and higher dimensions. So I really like how he executed the concept of time being a dimension in which you can travel through. By just having every instance in time occurring at once, but he can just maneuver to those certain points.
Right, I like that.
I loved it.
I like the science fiction notion of time is not linear.
Yeah, it's
there's
just always happening and it's always there.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of being able to maneuver through it.
Wah 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 wah. See, all the times I just said wah are just happening at the same exact time that you did the intro. Because all of time is happening at once. Can we condense this whole audio to play in a second?
Yeah, sure. We can do that.
Cool. That way the whole podcast happens in an instant.
Editor and Queef here. I'll do
Editor
that for
and
you.
Queef.
Yeah. Something else I wanted to talk about.
Also, catch us on Instagram and TikTok probably next week.
Oh, that's right.
I've been stupidly busy, so I haven't sat down and made a burner account yet. I guess I don't need to make a burner account for those because I made an account for the YouTube podcast.
Until we're in the top 25, I think.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, we'll slowly make things.
But what I really loved this time around in the movie because I was talking about like the audio and visual before, but the visuals, especially during the space sections, like there's one of my favorite images of all time. Are you familiar with the image Pale Blue Dot?
I probably am if I look it up real quick.
It was I want to say Voyager 1, maybe 2. It's a picture that it took of Earth when it was
Oh
at
yeah,
Saturn.
yep.
And like I love the scale of that.
Yeah, this one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Without the arrow and the red circle.
And so I love how a lot of the times in the movie, like their little space station or their ships will be passing some sort of celestial body, and they're just a fucking speck.
Yeah.
Like on their journey
Those
to the
images
black
are cool,
hole.
yeah.
In when they're going to the black hole in the movie, and I was just like, I lost my breath because I was like, this is so beautiful and cinematic. How small they are compared to this fucking behemoth that they're traveling by. And I feel like that happened quite frequently. Like Miller's Planet 2, when we saw Gargantuan.
Yeah.
And how tiny it was, or when they were passing through that, or... I mean, I think those are the only two examples that I can pull off the top of my head, but I think...
Yeah.
The imagery and the scaling, I think there's so often in the movie where it's
they
like...
scaled very well.
Reminding us how tiny we are in this universe.
I mean, like, even the waves touching the clouds.
Yeah, dude.
The concept of that in your head, just, like, you gotta imagine what happens when those waves collide with the continent that we saw in the background. It's like... And suddenly it made sense why the water was so shallow.
Yeah, because
it was all being pulled back all the way. Like, for gravity to be so out of whack that something like that could occur. Which I guess makes sense because they're so close to a black hole.
Yeah.
I'm sure that black hole affects the tides.
Yeah, since it's just such a strong gravitational pull.
And that wave was... And, like, when they're, like, skidding on it with the ship, I'm like, that was a pretty good scale shot, too, I think. Because, like, the ship is so tiny in comparison to the wave. And you can only imagine what Miller touched down in, only to have been absolutely obliterated.
Not even a minute or so, and she just got...
She did not get to start her mission. R.I.P. Miller, a real homeboy.
R.I.P. Miller? R.I.P. fucking... What was his name?
The one that...
Romley?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna look it up. Romilly, yeah.
Romilly, let's go. Rest in peace, Romilly, dude.
Bro, Romilly...
I feel like he
dirty!
I feel like he died and he didn't fucking have to.
I
see why they did, because Anne Hathaway had to go to the other planet by herself. To Wolf's planet.
Yeah.
But...
Because then Romilly would have also had to sacrifice. Also, it made me hate Man more.
Yeah.
Because he got Romilly killed.
I know.
I thought Case died too. Oh no. Was Case that was there? Or was it Tars?
No. It was...
Which one was in the explosion with Romilly?
That was Tars.
Okay.
Because Case was...
Case was,
doing something, I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember. When Romilly blew up, I was just like, Dr. Man, that son of a bitch.
I know.
Because I thought Tars and Romilly both died there.
Oh.
I didn't know Tars was just explosion proof.
Apparently so.
Let's drop a nuke on Tars.
Dude.
Nuke Tars so that he can come back stronger.
But I also really like how much I hated Matt Damon, because until then the biggest adversary to our cast was just time and like getting off the planet and fighting. So just thematic antagonism. But then this guy who's been frozen is like, I'm going fucking crazy. I want to live. I want to go back home.
Right.
So I feel like his motivations are very real. And so, I mean, not this time around since I knew what was happening, but the first time around, I was kind of like, wait, why is he doing this? And he explains himself, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
I understood Dr. Man. I didn't blame him. I was all like, yeah, he wants to survive. If anything, I was more surprised Cooper didn't, like, switch teams. Since
that's true,
Cooper
since he
really
wanted to go home so bad.
Yeah, and then he, like, figured out how much time he missed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, two grandkids, one of them died, and...
Oh, yeah, how, like 27 years, 8 months and something? Or 20-something years?
Something like that. It was 20-something, I don't remember. An
insane amount of time.
And then he finally got the one message from MURPH.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was very mad that Murphy let Cooper leave that way. And when she ran out of the house, I was just like, well, too late. That's what you get.
Snooze, you lose, bitch.
Yeah. But I kind of understand it. She's an immature child, so
yeah.
It was good writing, even though it like aggravated me because I was just like, you're gonna regret that. I'm like, you're like, and she did obviously. It was just like, you're going to regret this, and then 20-something years later, she finally sends a message.
I mean, especially in the end when it must have hurt to find out that Professor Brain was just lying.
Yeah.
And that there was no plan A.
Yeah.
Which I thought was also a really good twist.
That was a very good twist.
It's like, we're sending them off with all the embryos. Or, what were they? The, like, fucking frozen eggs.
Yeah.
And then that was it. That was the only plan. That was fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I was genuinely shocked the first time watching the movie. Which is surprising.
Yeah, when he said there was no plan A, I was all like, but what? And then he's like, there was no need for your father to go. I was all like, no, you tore apart her family and your family.
Dude.
For nothing. I thought Dr. Brand knew. So when MURPH sent the message and TARS played it in front of them, I thought Dr. Brand was going to be all like, oh shit, now Cooper knows that there is no plan A.
Oh, you thought that, really?
Yeah, I genuinely thought Dr. Brand knew. Just her. I definitely didn't think Romilly or the other one that got killed by the wave.
Oh yeah, that
his
dude.
name. That guy. My bad. Whoops. I didn't think they knew. I just thought Dr. Brand would know because she was Professor Brand's daughter. So I figured she knew what the real goal was.
That's fair.
But I very much prefer that she didn't know.
Yeah, it kind of raises the stakes a little more. If you even had the necessity to do that, it's not like all of fucking humanity was on the line.
Right.
But yeah. I love that. So
I agree. Much. I also. Yeah, I remember when the movie first finished, and you were like, "I want a sequel," and I was all like, "Well, I don't know how they'd make a sequel. Like, what would they possibly do?" But the movie literally ends with Cooper going on a search to find what happened to Dr. Brand. I'm like, okay, I want a sequel.
Yeah.
Because, like, she might even be dead at that point, but...
Yeah.
She might have been able to establish a colony.
Dude, that would be cool. See...
Because, like, she made it to the other planet.
I do wonder how they would make a second movie, though. Because they could go the Cooper route and be like, oh, this is a fucking Inception type movie where Cooper's traveling to fucking space and it's super intense. Or they could go the... I don't know, I guess Oppenheimer route, where they're like, this is a new colony in space. We have to figure out these new politics. Do we abide by humankind's laws?
Yeah.
Do we have to do these things? Like, there are so many written things, I don't know what to call them, documentation that many governments have enacted in our society, today's real society, like for when we colonize Mars. For all these different things, if they'll follow Earth time, if they'll... Like, once they become self-sufficient enough, would there be any even reason at all to, like, communicate with, I don't know, NASA or whoever? Can they be completely independent? And do we have any right to impose our ideologies onto them? Because, like, after the first generation of people are born on Mars, like, those are Martians. They're not Earthlings anymore. So why do they have to care about... So, you know, I'd be very interested what they would do.
I feel like, as a species... At the bare minimum, there should be communication between Earth and Mars if Mars were to be colonized and there were to be Martians.
That's fair.
I feel like the goal of colonizing Mars and colonizing other planets and leaving Earth is to create more space, get more resources, for the betterment of humankind. We can use what's on Mars to help both peoples. Because if they just cut themselves off, if Martians just cut themselves off, now we're just talking in hypotheticals, but I fucking dig this.
Yeah, me too.
Like, if Martians just cut themselves off from Earth, what the fuck was the point of us going to Mars?
Well, that's for them to now decide.
I guess that's true. But I just feel like for the betterment of both peoples, we should communicate and be friendly. I feel like we shouldn't colonize Mars until we get our shit sorted out on Earth.
It's true, because Mars has to have Vine and YouTube. God forbid Martians eat without YouTube.
Bro,
kill myself.
What YouTube? What a meal with no YouTube does
to a Martian.
Does to a Martian.
Holy shit. shit. That'll probably be the thing that'll cause them to seesaw contact because they're fucking tired of it.
Martians when they can't watch the newest PewDiePie Minecraft Let's Play video.
Dude, Martians watching a live stream 8 minutes after it airs because that's how long it takes for telecommunication to reach Mars.
Martians getting to watch the next episode of Blockbuster Banter.
8 minutes early.
8 minutes early.
Yo,
I'd move to Mars. No cap.
I definitely wouldn't.
I think that'd be so fucking sick. I've thought that since I was a child. Like, even before movies that, like, The Martian came out, I was just like, if I could live on Mars, like, genuinely live on Mars.
See, do you mean that, like, it's already settled and stuff, or you're one of the settlers?
I think I'd do both.
Shit.
I think I'd rather be... I don't want to be one of the first settlers. I want to be someone who moves there.
That's true. And someone's like, oh, we got this going on. If you want to just pick it up right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, join the team. I see.
Yeah, I'd like to join the team later once things are established, but that's my preference, but I think I'd be willing to do both. I think I just want to live on Mars.
I wonder how Brand feels. Could you... Dude, that would suck.
That would suck. Yeah, living on a planet alone.
And having all of these just little... Because what if the egg cells just don't work and there's no way for them to fertilize because of, I don't know, the density of the atmosphere, the weight of the atmosphere.
Yeah, Cooper's going to find Brand, her skeleton, and
literally
nothing. That's it, just nothing. Like maybe a shelter.
What if it's some Planet of the Apes type shit where Brand is dead, but then some of the eggs were fertilized, and then so they started this new population, but they're scattered across the planet.
I wonder what it does for evolution. I want to see how this works. If there were Martians, right? Like 5 generations in, how different is a Martian from an Earthling?
Well, they would also have different bone densities, and on average, I think they would either be taller or shorter, because I think if Mars's gravity is less than Earth's, which I believe it is, they would get taller over time.
Oh, damn.
Because there's not as much weight pulling them down. So that's a little fun fact.
We have a coworker who works in tech. Redhead Ginger. I know you know which one I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say his name. The Martian. Yeah, the Martian.
The Martian.
He would love to date a Martian, because let's be real, that's good.
Moving to Mars makes you tall.
I'm in. Yeah, he's in, because you know what he's gonna find there? 7-foot tall goth mommy. Dude,
a Martian goth.
If there's a 7-foot tall goth mommy, I know a 5'7" redhead who knows a lot about electronics. He is looking for you.
Hit me up at Blockbuster Banter.
Yeah, hit me up at blockbusterbanter@gmail.com. Give me your name, your credit card information, the 3 numbers on the back, your social security number, blood type,
eye color,
feet size.
Oh boy. Sips water precariously.
And I'll see if you're a perfect match for my little boy. I say little boy, but I'm the same height as him. I can call him little boy. I'm fatter than him. Not that I'm fat. I'm just fatter. I got chub. I got a beer belly.
Did you say I got chode?
Chub.
Oh, okay.
I mean, no, I'm kidding. Just, yeah, if there are any 7-foot tall goth mommies listening, and or 7-foot tall Martian goth mommies, or just 7-foot tall Martians. I don't even think you need to be a goth mommy. You just need to be 7 feet tall, and if you want a short, it's not short. He's average height.
Average height king.
He's the average height of. He's the worldwide average. I say him like I'm not also 5'7".
Yeah.
Like I say him like him and I are not the exact same height.
Speaking of 5'7", what did you think of the soundtrack? I was just trying to bring us back.
Yeah. We verged so far off of the fucking movie.
Because me personally, I've listened to the sound. I've had it saved on Spotify ever since.
I did. Oppenheimer and Interstellar have such beautiful soundtracks that they made my playlist.
Mm-hmm. Two
love,
great composers.
Yeah, I love, like, can you hear the music from Oppenheimer?
Mm-hmm.
That song makes me so happy. And then, like, Interstellar is just so good too.
I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised since Ludwig is newer.
I love
think.
Ludwig.
But Hans Zimmer, dude, that man.
Hans Zimmer is also really good. I've heard there's things. I mean, Ludwig worked also in Star Wars. He worked in something. I'm pretty sure it was Star Wars.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I also watch precariously.
He also worked with Childish Gambino.
Oh, did he?
Well, not. I don't know what that album is, but like Redbone.
Oh,
They worked together on that. Great.
as much
great
as I
fucking
love Donald
musicians.
Glover, I've never listened to I think any Childish Gambino song.
Wow.
Except for like the one that's like, I'm Childish Gambino, and that's the only one that I know.
His theme song.
Yeah. I think that's the only Childish Gambino song that I listened to.
Very
But no,
fair.
the soundtrack for Interstellar was so beautiful, and I love that it did not exist while we were in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if we
My
were
favorite
in
facts.
like one of the spaceships and then we cut to space, suddenly we go from music inside to no music and we're outside.
I love how that happens multiple times.
Yeah,
Like during the docking scene, that one was really cool. But then also when MURPH's video cuts out and the music just stops.
yeah, I really liked that. I remember I pointed that out while we were. I was just like, oh, that was a cool cutoff.
Yeah, and I feel like it had such weight too, because there was a lot of emotions, a lot of crying. You know, it was like the audio was filled, the space was filled with a bunch of things.
Yeah,
with MURPH just like pouring her heart out. Oh wait, no, that was after the son was talking, because the music cuts off and then Murphy comes on.
Oh,
But
yes.
regardless, I really like how it was such filled space with the music, with the dialogue and everything, and it just everything going away. I really felt the weight in that moment. Similarly, when Dr. Mann, like a stupid fucking idiot, tried to dock with an imperfect contact, and then it just
for a very smart man, the fact that he kept trying, I was just all like, you're gonna explode.
yeah, why the fuck
Like,
would you
I was all like, what are you doing? I was like, you were a very intelligent man. You wouldn't be on this planet. You wouldn't be alive right now if you weren't an intelligent man. But you were doing something so stupid right now. Like, what is this? This is just genuinely stupid. Like, imperfect dog. Like, bro, just realign.
yeah,
just-
try again.
Like,
Have you considered another attempt?
yeah, literally. Bro's all like, and then they were like, and then he kept trying.
Even when Dr. Brand was like doing it over the PA.
Yeah. Like, if he had, literally, he would have made it on there before Brand and Cooper came back. If he had just went, and just realigned.
Literally.
Like, he had the time to do it, but he was just stubborn. It was all like, I'm going to take 30 years trying to open this door, and then when it finally opens...
I'm gonna blow up.
Yeah.
I feel like, I wonder if, thinking about it now, I wonder if that's a side effect of him kind of not being able to partake in another, like, arguably the main theme of the movie. I didn't realize it, but I was thinking about it. Like, he had no one to go back to, really. You know, because several characters are like, love transcends time, love transcends these beings and stuff. So I really do think it's nice how another thing that Nolan makes a part of the movie is humanity.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The desire to see people, because that's what drives Cooper for his family, and then Dr. Brand wants to see Wolf again. Romley's there for the ride.
Yeah, Romley's there for the ride.
But then Dr. Mann, you know, not only is he an antagonist, but he also doesn't have any one person, or at least I don't think, because he wanted to go back to see faces. Yeah, exactly.
He didn't really talk about. He just kind of wanted to be with people,
which is fair.
Yeah,
and I wonder if that
because he's just like, if you leave someone on alone, if you leave a social creature like a human on a planet alone for this long,
it'll probably drive them to do crazy things. Or maybe, it's kind of like the main thing, but flipped on its side, where instead of love, it's probably just, I don't know, not lust, but some sort
like
of
survivability.
Yeah, some sort of
social.
Mm-hmm.
Like a social version of the theme. Yeah, because like even with like MURPH, I don't know. She like I forgot when she admitted it, but like she admitted that she just wanted to see her dad again. At some point, like she said even though she herself said that she didn't. That she's like, no, Dad's dead. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I forgot what scene it was, but she admitted that she's like, no, I always believed my dad would come back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he did. On her
Eventually,
deathbed.
Yeah.
Well, he was also asleep, so she probably knew he was back and was just waiting.
Oh.
It would have really sucked if Cooper came back, was unconscious, and Murph had died while he was still in a coma.
Yeah. I think Nolan gave us what we wanted. Just barely.
Yeah, just barely.
But he was like,
Yeah.
oh, there she is. Anyway.
Yeah. I really appreciate that there was so many consequences to getting what happened.
Yeah.
Getting humanity into the stars.
And they were
whatnot.
real huge fucking consequences that were present.
And they weren't, and the stakes weren't as high. I mean, I guess the stakes were kind of as high as like all of humanity dying at the end of the world, but like he made it feel so much more human than something like a Marvel movie, for example. The end of the world means so little in a Marvel movie versus here it felt so much more human, and sometimes it didn't even feel like the stakes were the end of the world.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, okay. It's like it's hard for me to explain it because the stakes were always the end of the world, humanity starving. But at the same time, it just felt like the stakes were just Murph and Cooper's relationship.
Yeah, true.
But it made the end of the world seem so much more real and scary because it was at this baseline human level of just two people. Two people that wanted to be with each other.
The two people, and I like how much that those two people accomplished on each of their own frontiers. Because Murph, fucking urethra, she got the fucking code decoded or whatever the fuck she did for the equation, and I like that on her front. Because ever since Cooper went to space, there was always that jumping back and forth between what's happening on Earth and what's happening in space. And I really appreciate that.
I like that a lot.
I loved it.
I also really like that we didn't jump back to Earth while we were on Miller's planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw the consequences as they did in real time. And they're like, oops, we lost all that time. There's no going back.
Yeah. And we as the viewer did not get to experience... We got to experience everything that happened to Murph and Tom when Cooper experienced
exactly how he would.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, I really fucked with the change in perspective. And I
didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I didn't until just now.
Yeah, that's intense. Oh, boy.
But yeah, no, they did such a good job with just all the perspective changes. Also really like the setup, the lore, if you will, of like where Earth is. Like with the food shortage and we kind of can only grow corn and there's dust storms now and people are starving and like just Earth is diminished of all resource.
And when Professor Brands was like Earth is the last generation to survive on this planet or something, like the next generation will starve, I was like, fuck. Yeah. It's really putting into perspective not only the necessity.
We also saw Jesse die.
Jesse, oh yeah.
Yeah, the grandson.
Little baby.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
So like I felt like that definitely fell into the next generation is going to starve. Like we see that happen to Cooper.
Well, yeah, I wonder...
Is that how Jesse died?
I don't know. If not, it might have been like the dust because that was...
It might have been the dust. Yeah. I mean, that's what Tom and his wife, they needed to be moved.
And even Cooper Jr.
Yeah.
He was feeling the dust and they were like, we have to go, said Topher Grace, whatever his name was.
Topher.
But... yeah, just the jumping back and forth and that both Murph and Cooper got to be their own like protagonists for their side, for their fronts. Especially with Murph doing all the decoding and all that bullshit and figuring out the binary. Oh, I guess that was Cooper, but the Morse code.
Yeah.
And the watch. I really like that the watch was used.
I love the watch. I love that Murph kept the watch. Also, I just looked it up. Jesse died by lung. The lung stuff.
Yeah, the dust.
From the dust, not from starvation. Either way, that still falls under the point that the next generation is most likely going to die.
Yeah, because the conditions on the planet are just too poor. Yeah. And at the end of the movie, we're not even on Earth.
Nope, warning. Cooper Station orbiting Saturn.
Yeah, it was orbiting Saturn.
Okay. It was either Jupiter or Saturn. One of the big ones. With either rings or a big red spot.
The one that was next to the black hole? Or the wormhole, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's colonize Miller's planet. No, I'm kidding.
You and me?
Sure, fuck it, let's do it. I got a spaceship right out on my patio right there. That orange chair? That orange chair you see right there?
Oh,
that's a spaceship.
I was going more along the lines of one of us would have to grow a uterus.
Oh!
Nose goes, oops.
Fuck. I'm ready. I'm ready. Like I said in the first part, we're not dating, we just flirt a lot.
See, I can't. I've raved about it so much. I don't know what else I have in the tank. What about yourself?
We touched a lot of what I wanted to talk about. There's gotta be something that I forgot about.
Well, we only did watch one movie.
We only did watch a movie this time, yeah. I feel like I wanted to talk about more. I mean, I just thought the movie was just genuine art from start to finish.
I
just like from the first hour all the way to the 2.5 hour mark. Like everything that Nolan did was just so good. All the acting was so good. The children actors did not bother me. Well, one of them was Timothée Chalamet, so he can't bother me.
Yeah.
At some point we'll do Wonka, and I want to do a triple feature. We're gonna do the Willy Wonkas because we already saw Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So
yeah. Yeah, I thought the performances were good as well.
Yeah,
they had really good actors.
They had such an A-list cast. It was kind of crazy.
Like Hathaway, Matthew McConaughey,
Matt Damon,
Timothée Chalamet.
the dude who played Professor Brand. I always forget his name.
Isn't that Michael Caine?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's in like every Nolan movie.
Yeah,
I do love Michael Caine a lot.
I'm surprised Cillian Murphy wasn't in this one.
I am too. Cillian Murphy's in a lot of Nolan films.
He would have done great, actually.
Yeah,
when I think about it.
I think I remember reading that Cillian Murphy was supposed to, or that he was wanted for this film and something happened, or I'm making stuff up.
He's probably too busy being Irish.
Maybe. Why was he too busy being Irish? Okay. I thought it was like a reference to another one of his projects.
Oh, no.
I only know, truthfully, the only two projects of Cillian Murphy that I can think of off the top of my head are Peaky Blinders, where he's British, and Oppenheimer, where he's Jewish.
That's, I mean, what else is, he's in the Batman. He's Scarecrow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was in that trilogy, I just forgot.
You just forgot.
Who he played and what movie it was in.
I mean, if it's covered, it's covered. I feel like there's no need.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll leave it at that. Nolan's goated. Everything about Interstellar is great. I literally have zero critique. I don't think I had any critique about Inside Out.
Yeah, I feel like that was very easy to digest. But something like I guess a quote unquote mature film.
No, there are no quotes. It's just mature.
Yeah, okay, a mature film.
Yeah.
I feel like you could dissect a lot more critically.
Yeah,
and I think.
But
I really.
I don't think there's anything that I would critique or change or anything. I don't think there was any part of the movie that was too weak. I don't think there was a part of the movie that lost me in any way, except for the. It's not the MCU where they just put quantum in front of something. So that's
true.
Like goddamn, if I studied the MCU, I could be a quantum physicist. I swear to God.
Yeah. Quantum this, quantum that.
Quantum that. Quantum feet in the next movie. Calling it now. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Quantumania.
Yeah. Like, bruh. Okay. Quick little side tangent. What is that name? I don't even talk about the quality of the movie. That name is just stupid.
Ant-Man Quantumania.
Mm-hmm. Quantumania is a dumb name.
I stopped watching after No Way Home.
That's not true. You watched Doctor Strange too.
Oh yeah, and I didn't like it.
And which I don't understand. I do. I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum where I think it's stupidly good. You also watched Guardians 3.
Oh oops.
Oh oops.
I did like that.
You didn't like it when we first watched it.
I agree. And then again, I was like, oh wait, this is a comic book movie, and these are established characters.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh wait, this is a great comic.
Yeah, I was like, this is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, what one would expect.
Yeah. I actually liked the Guardians of the Galaxy game more than the Guardians of the Galaxy first two movies, but then Guardians of the Galaxy 3 I liked more than the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Add that to the list.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
All three. Yeah.
All three? Okay.
That will easily be over an hour and a half, or around our target time. Shall you do the
target
outro?
time? Now we went on a mini tangent. Well, to finish off my point, before we went on the side tangent, I appreciate that I did not understand the big words. I don't need to understand the big words to enjoy the movie, and I would rather them be there than have Nolan hold my hand through the whole movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't need to understand what these are. I just need to understand what is happening in front of me is what they said.
Yeah, why it matters.
Yeah, I'm not that smart when it comes to relativity. So there's relativity this, relativity that. I would rather them not explain it because it would be weird.
Yeah, if they had a 5-minute part of the script with well, okay, so Einstein.
Yeah, and I feel like that's part of what makes it a very mature film.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of the theming is just really good. All of the creative liberties that Nolan took, especially with the black hole, I really, really appreciate.
We could start rating them too. What do you rate it?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10. How much do you rate Inside Out? Do both movies.
I was going to say O'Reilly's fucking first date.
If you want to rate that too, go ahead.
We
we talked about it for 5 minutes, which was about the length of the short.
I'll say Inside Out 1 was a 4 out of 5 for me. And then Inside Out 2 was probably I'll say 4.4.
Let's make a tier list.
Oh, I have my tier list.
Let's make a tier list, and we'll insert it at the very end, right here. Just find it in the.
Ooh! After every movie we watch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
We'll have a tier list for you and a tier list for me.
Okay. Well, I mean, for me, it's definitely Interstellar and then the Inside Out saga.
Yeah. I'm gonna put. Yeah, Interstellar for me will be S tier, and we'll make this tier list on Tier List Maker so that everyone else can shit on our opinion, or I don't know, maybe agree with us. And then I would go A tier. A tier. Would be Inside Out, and Inside Out 2, and B tier will be Riley's First Date. Our coverage on Riley's First Date deserve. No, I'm gonna put that on C.
Okay.
It's quick, enjoyable fun, but but Interstellar, fuck it, no, S plus tier for Interstellar. Because I'm looking at our lineup for what we have. I'm gonna put a lot of these in S tier because they're some of my favorite movies of all time.
Fair enough. Likewise.
So I need an S plus tier for the greats.
Okay.
I'm gonna limit my S plus tier to 3 movies. So at some point I might kick out.
Okay.
A movie.
We'll keep it updated.
Yeah.
We'll keep adapting it.
We'll adapt it after every single thing because we're only gonna put 4 things on this one.
Wait, we have one more thing before the outro.
You're right, Cooper.
Smash.
Hard smash.
Hard smash.
Hard smash. And because they are played by several different actors, we were talking about the ones who are over 18. Tom.
Tom? Smash.
I'd also smash.
I love his beard.
He's
a good-looking man.
He's a burly dude, and I love.
I would love to little spoon him.
I
am little spoon.
Yeah,
of course.
MURPH.
Smash.
She's very smart. Smash.
Yeah, I love red hair too.
I'm gonna say the easy one for last. Professor Brand.
Professor Brand. Pass. Too old.
I like old men. And I like cougars. I don't like super old women, but I do like
super old men.
I do like cougars, and I like that same age in men too. But I think, unfortunately, Professor Brand, as smart as he is and beautiful in his youth, will be a pass.
Fair enough. Romley.
hard smash.
Absolutely agreed.
Bro, when they come back up after the, I think, 23, 27, however many years.
Got that little gray in his beard.
Yeah, he's got a little gray in his beard. I was all like, you are hot.
The other one?
Pass.
We
don't even remember his name.
I'm
not. What am I doing there? Mind fucking him? like, am I just thinking of someone else the whole time?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pass, bro.
You're thinking about Smash
He
Brothers.
can have some of his dignity. He got forgotten. Tars.
Smash. Absolutely. Case.
Sorry, Tars. Tars smash. Obviously, Case. Yeah, also smash. I mean, they're kind of the same thing, but I like Tars more.
Tars is more whimsical and witty. Mm-hmm.
I like Tars more, especially when they were fucking with the humor setting at the end.
Mm-hmm. Topher Grace's character. I'm gonna say pass.
I like Topher Grace, but his character wasn't around enough for me to like his character, so pass.
Fair enough.
Like, I'd smash Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3. Like, it's nothing against Topher. It's nothing against Topher Grace.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good-looking guy.
That just leaves Dr. Brand main cast, right? That just leaves her. I think
Tom's wife, pass.
Pass. She's married.
I didn't. She's married.
Oh wait, so's Tom.
Tom's married.
Oops.
Oh, I'm scared now.
Dr. Brand.
Yeah, that's the hardest.
Smash.
That
It's
is
the hardest smash
That is number one smash.
in a heartbeat. Anne Hathaway.
She's very
gorgeous.
pretty.
She's so wonderful.
Yeah.
I adore her.
Romley is my number 2, though. I just want to throw that out there because that's why I said hard smash.
Fair enough.
Romley is also epic.
Epic.
We're not going to be able to do a lot in the next movie for next week.
Don't tell them that.
There's just a lot. It's either going to be a lot of passes for me, at least, or I'm going to skip a lot of characters.
Very fair.
But anyways, next week we will be doing Studio Ghibli's Boy and the Heron.
Oh.
That's what I put.
I forgot.
Oh, okay. It's just like, why are you surprised? We both have access to this document.
Tune in.
I also got rid of Interstellar off the list because we did it.
Yeah. We did.
But yeah, so this was Blockbuster Banter. I'm your host Tyler Garver.
I'm your host Anubis McGarvner.
And we will catch you all next Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time for The Boy and the Heron.
3 p.m. Pacific. All right.
All right.